Tuesday, August 8th, is the day that I witnessed two different women publicly masturbating. One was directed at me, and the other I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. I don't know what I did to deserve this energy from the universe. The only major change I made was switching from regular coffee to instant. My carafe broke and I didn't feel like buying another one. And I know that's like laziness and cheapness, but I'm not gonna lie, I actually prefer the instant coffee better. Is that why the universe is cursing me now? I've had some crazy things happen to me in New York. I once encountered a man on the train, fresh out of the hospital from his homie shooting him in the foot. And frankly, I think he shot himself and was just trying to save face, but I don't know, maybe I would do the same thing in his situation, but I don't know, I've never been shot in the foot, so I can't say what I'd do in his place. But anyways, it's late at night and I'm with my husband and my friend on a nearly empty train. And the funny thing was that we scanned the train first for crazy cars, because when you ride the train late at night, there's always like drunk people and crazy guys on the train, so we were like looking around to find the least crazy car, and this one looked safe. There was a bum sleeping in the corner, but he didn't smell and wasn't hurting anybody, so we felt good there. And so as we're waiting for the train doors to close, a man with crutches and a bloodied, wrapped up foot enters at the far end of the train. And instead of choosing one of the open, easily accessible seats close to him, he struggles his way on his crutches and sits right next to my husband. So this guy is sitting there talking to us, pausing occasionally to itch his bloody foot with a pencil, and sometimes when adjusting to get more comfortable, his foot gets really close to my husband, making my husband feel less comfortable. And when he puts his bag over his lap and begins to touch himself, that probably made us even less comfortable. So I thought this would be the highlight of my craziest experiences in this crazy city, but August 8th proved me wrong. It started out as a normal day, and I was on my way to work, and there was this old black woman who was standing really close to me. And you gotta understand, some of these native New Yorkers get really competitive when it comes to subway riding. Like, people kill each other to get a seat. And sometimes when you're waiting for the subway, they know exactly where it will stop, and they wait where the entrance will be so they can run onto the train and ensure that they get on there first and get a seat. And I thought that's what this woman was doing. Like, I thought that's why she's standing so close to me. I thought she was being extremely competitive, and I was standing in that magic spot, and that's why she was right there on top of me. And I wasn't in any mood to deal with this today, so when the train came, I moved down and went in a different door to let the woman feel peace to choose whichever seat she wanted. I didn't want her to feel like I was going to get in her way. To my surprise, when I sat down, she rushed on the train, and I mean, to see this grandmother-like woman running was strange, and she ran and sat right across from me and looked me in the eye. I didn't know what happened. Did she want to sit in the seat that I had chosen? She couldn't be angry with me for this. How could I have known that she wanted to sit there? I was really confused. But she sat across from me in her red blouse and her colorful flowered skirt, holding her giant black purse in her lap and giving me a strange look which I couldn't place. As the train ride went on, she was really fidgety, moving her legs and her purse around. At first I thought it was just that she was old and sometimes you get aches and pains and you need to move around a lot. But then I started to get suspicious. And I thought, is she masturbating? And then I thought, Erin, that's crazy. You're being paranoid. She's like your grandma. She probably knits socks and was a Girl Scout leader and makes a killer lasagna. How could you think that about her? But the fidgeting got worse, and she was moving her purse around unnecessarily too much on her lap, and then she would look at me and throw her head back. Then I really started to think something is seriously wrong here. And when she started moaning, I knew it was my cue to get off the train. What just happened? I was feeling mixed emotions. Amused, disturbed, sad. But my day didn't end there. I went to a club that night and there was a woman on drugs, I presume, and she was feeling the music and feeling herself. At first I thought she was being funny and doing some kind of funny dance, moving her boobs around, but no, she was just touching herself. And eventually not only her boobs. But at this point in my day, it was less strange and more acceptable for someone to be doing that in a club. And like the jaded New Yorker I am, I tried not to disturb her as I scooted past her to sit at a different table.